Imbalances in the gut bacteria, that is basically a situation where the bad outweighs the good, has been linked to a lot of conditions like the gastrointestinal problems, like inflammatory bowel syndromes, we have ulceration, inflammatory bowel diseases and others, and also metabolic conditions like obesity, diabetes, cancers, and more. This has clearly shown the importance and the role that the gut bacteria plays in disease prevention and management of conditions. My name is Lilian Wamina. I am a registered dietitian, and in today's video we're going to talk about things that you can do to help you repopulate or increase your numbers of your gut bacteria for optimal health. There are several classifications of the gut bacteria, but we have two major types that is mainly referred to either the good or the bad bacteria, and you have it taking residence in the intestines, that is the colon or the large intestines, and the ileum, that is basically the small intestines. As humans, it is believed that the baby's intestines are usually sterile while in the stomach, that is the fetal environment ensure sterility and such things. So where do the gut bacteria come from? The first exposure that a human being gets to microbes is basically through the birth canal. This is one of the reasons that vaginal births are highly encouraged, but it does not mean that the babies who are born through C-sections are not going to get microbes. No, they are going to be exposed to a new environment. Of course, there's toxins, there's microbes, and of course, if the mom continues with exclusive breastfeeding, they're also going to transfer oligosaccharides, that is basically polysaccharides that are indigestible, so that they can feed and they repopulate the cultures that they have gotten from the environment through the birth canal and such things. So as you continue breastfeeding, and the environment exposure and all these are going to influence their gut microbes. This is the reason that in the first few years of life, the gut microbes are usually quite gene dependent. As you grow older, they become more of an environmental, diet or lifestyle related. So it is important to ensure that you practice habits that are going to ensure that your gut bacteria remains as varied and as populated as it can be. There was a study that was done comparing the disease conditions of people who lived on traditional foods and people who lived on Western diets. Basically, these diets that are so limited in terms of variety, they are bad for your gut. Your gut or your GIT is supposed to digest and get exposure to different types of nutrients, foods, different types of enzymes. And if you continuously take up the same type of meal, you're going to kill some of the microbes that are supposed to be active when you consume other types of foods. So the first thing that you need to do to ensure that your gut microbes are well populated, they are well taken care of, is consumption of not only a balanced diet but variety of foods. If it's protein, we have the plant proteins, we have the animal sources of protein, we have different types of fruits. Of course, it is impossible to take all types of foods in one day, but you can plan to take the different types of foods in a week, in a month. You still be activating and using your microbes, and they will not be deactivated or killed. The second thing that you can do to increase your gut cultures is basically take prebiotic and probiotic supplements. Basically cultures that you're going to introduce to your stomach that were either non-existent or they were there but they were in small quantities, and you realize that your cultures are compromised from maybe the occurrences of conditions like acne, gastrointestinal problems, and all this prompted you to want to increase your cultures. Probiotics and prebiotics will help with that. But again, you have to ensure that you put up a maintenance diet that is varied and balanced. You have to make sure that you do the two. There's no shortcut. The third thing that you must do is ensure that you manage your stress well. Stress has been associated with a lot of complications like cancers, diabetes, hypertension, arthritis, and many other conditions, including mental health, which is a serious problem. We have it looming in the country with all these cases of suicide, genocides, and such. Stress has also been shown to have a negative impact on the gut culture. So chronic stress is bad for your gut bacteria. Adapt measures to help you in managing your stress. That is very important. Another thing that you need to note is that repeated use of antibiotics depletes your gut bacteria. How does it do this? When you take the antibiotics, you're going to wipe out both the good and the bad. And then this reduces the numbers and the availability and the variety of the gut microbes. This is bad. Sometimes it is usually unnecessary for you to take up these drugs, medication, and your body can actually fight it off. If it's unnecessary, do not do the antibiotics. Avoid over-the-counter medication as much as you can, and only take medicine when it's necessary, when you're actually sick, not when you think you are sick. When you're actually diagnosed with a condition, then you can take medication for treatment. Another thing, alcohol is a non-sterilizer. By non-sterilizer, it's going to wipe out again both the good and the bad. So avoiding or reducing the intakes of alcohols. We have some types of alcohol like maybe wine, beer, that might be seen to be good for the gut cultures, but again, if you overconsume it, it still becomes a problem. Another thing, inflammation has been shown to be a bad thing for your gut. Things like smoking, too much environmental pollutions and toxins, too much consumption of sugars, refined carbohydrates, and that anything that triggers inflammation is bad for your stomach, is bad for your immune function, and it's bad for your gut health. The way your body is going to metabolize food, the physiology of your body is also dependent on your gut microbes. So it is important to ensure that you protect your gut microbes so that they can protect you against diseases, against infections, against environmental pollution. They give your body the support, the needed defense to help you in actually combating all these conditions as they come. So work on repopulating your gut for the better you. Another thing that I would like us to talk about is on fiber intake. As Kenyans, we are really trying so much to copy the Western world in everything that they are doing, including their dietary patterns. There's a lot of prophets, there's a lot of educators out here that are telling people to avoid or to stop eating fruits, vegetables. They are calling them unnecessary foods. But fiber, both soluble and insoluble, you're going to consume both soluble and insoluble. You're not going to consume one type of fiber, no, because your body needs both. The soluble fibers for all those functions, and the insoluble fibers for the fermentation that happens in the colon to feed on your gut microbes, to provide an environment where they can multiply and grow well. 3 to 4 servings, I always insist, is very important in ensuring that you maintain optimal health. Optimal health in this case includes a well and taken care, balanced gut microbes. Do not shy away from your fruits and vegetables. Just make sure that you're not consuming again the same type of fruits and the same type of vegetable every single day. As a country, we pride ourselves with diversity when it comes to food production, availability, and such things. Let's explore this. Another thing, being clean, having OCD, wanting everything in your house to be sterile is very important. But every once in a while, get outside, get exposure to these microbes in the nature. Do not live in a sterile conditions, because you will not have the exposure of the different types of microbes that are available in the environment. Sometimes small dirt is good, and it's good for your health. I'm not talking about going to expose yourself to dirty waters that has cholera, because we are currently having an outbreak of cholera. We don't want you to have cholera because I said that small dirt is good. No. Every once in a while, go interact with other people so that you can get some of their exposures as well, to repopulate and work on your gut microbes. It's very important. Another thing that you need to do is actually check out this video on some of the foods that you need to take to ensure that you heal and repair your gut, because again, if your gut is not functional, your health is compromised. And let's meet there. Give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe so that we can continue growing, we continue learning. And until next time, bye.